the creatures actually are sort of going to work similarly to how the stuff works. Basically, we're trying to create creatures which have names that are portmanteaus. So the Barangutan is half bear.
Perfect. This is where I'm gonna shine. Just you wait.
Good. So right now we have the Barangutan, the Kangarook, Platypustule, and Wasp. It's half wasp, half asp. um, I think we need to fill up about 15 slots with these. Just have random. We'll probably go this in the demo. It'd be nice to have some variation. Actually, I need to add in the Terfoxyl.
Kerfoxel.
It's it's from the very first iteration of the game that we did. It's half. It's one third turtle, one third fox, and one third owl. It looks like it would probably say "kill me" time that it's surviving. It's also a very vindictive creature. And the first campaign that the heroes were crossing a bridge and there was a lever at the side, Terfoxyl came flapping its way out of the jungle. Just flitted its way over to the lever as they were halfway across the bridge and then just stared them down, just flapping. What do we do? Do we go? So they decided to sprint for the edge, and just as they were about to get there, Terfoxyl nods and nudges its head into the lever, dropping them to their doom. Stream below. It's the kind of thing that Soul would do. Ugh. Um, yeah, so we'll do some of that. Develop their kits look like out. Which groupings are preferential for certain classes? Like the Ritsmith might have a party that would be weak to something, so we create encounters for the Ritsmith that are difficult.
Right.
That'll all be stuff that we have to test on the engine, but too terribly difficult. creating, sorry, creating abilities for bestiary features, as we can do like right now. It's not that difficult. I'll send you the bestiary so that you can be with time. This will be our last design act of the day. God, Skype, you're so slow. It's like you don't. Sure, OBS isn't helping. Sending you that link. Sorry, it's taking 2 hours. It's 90. So, uh, before we continue, so I have to show you why I think a orangutan would be absolutely terrifying. Too. It's a specific image I want to show. Just imagine this thing mixed with a bear. I suppose you'll see it in a few. Depends on how far the stream is. Too terribly long. In fact, I think it's catching up right now. This isn't an actual picture. Yeah, if you can imagine that mixed with a bear,
Yeah, that'd be pretty scary.
absolutely terrifying. Just this hulking mass of grinning orange fur. So, with that in mind, we don't have to make a class for the orangutan, but we do have abilities that make sense for it. We have to find an interesting combat that's available to it. So, the first thing that we do is we try and figure out in which environment it would be. Try and figure out. I think probably a forest. But scarily enough, bears can fairly can. I'm guessing it's the apex predator. So maybe it eats other wolves that are in battle. Does that, then it powers up. It's mobs on its row and powers up each time it does. So maybe it'll have like a tiered passive.
Eats mob on its row and powers up each time it does. Like insta kills that?
Probably
Or
would
just does damage?
deal damage. Insert one bullet. Insert. Yeah, so I think it would be something like
Should probably get stronger if this, since it just does damage, if it actually kills the creature.
turn. First attack. Play. Attack 3 times per turn. However, must attack an ally with one of these attacks. Time an ally would die as a result of damage dealt by
This creature.
this creature. Unlock next tier of this passive. So now we have to do a tiered passive. Basically, it'll be like a melee fighter, but then every time it kills allies, you'll have to be quick about killing its allies because as it maybe we pair this up with an ally spawning guy.
Which could possibly be the wasp.
Yeah.
Because if you think about just bugs in general, especially bees or the ilk.
Tier's passive. Yeah, and then we have the things for the passive. Let's do this first. Insert one above. Insert one above. Your name. Biology. Design.
Yeah.
Certain, certain rule. I know you said you were going to do highlights, but if at any time I actually need to add you, need to add your Gmail, whichever Google, so that you can edit these things.
Yeah.
So we'll take care of that after this.
Yeah. Ooh, heard myself.
Two, one. Three. So we have it set up for next time. It should present some interesting options for encounters with this guy.
I agree.
You will want to kill the enemies. You'll either want to kill it or the enemies that are being spawned in first, but you need to focus on a team on bursting down those enemies so that he can't deal the last bit of damage.
Wait, what? However, must attack an ally with one of these attacks. What if there's not an ally for him to attack?
And he can't attack to 3 times.
Okay.
Attack once, I guess.
Instead of the 2 times.
So he'd attack. Normally he'd attack twice and then hit an ally.
Oh, he'd make an attack against your party and then an ally.
Well, he would attack your party twice and then attack an ally.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, sorry.
That's fine. And so, if there's no allies, he can only attack 1 time.
Yeah. So
I think that needs to be set on there.
let's do that. If no allies are row, may only attack once. I think in general, melee creatures should probably be actives.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, especially because of this guy's passive.
Yeah, so I think the tiers will basically add to his attacks, adding numbers to his attacks, but add some sort of effect to his attacks. Maybe at tier 3 he gets a knockback, which is really strong. So there's a real threat. There aren't any effects on characters that give knock. Because it's so important to have people on the.
Yeah.
I think in the creature encounters it can be different because we're balancing for PvE.
Yes. And the creatures are balanced for PvE. Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.